All right, guys, well, I'm back today with a brand new red dot option from Cyelee, and this is the CAT0, an upgraded version of the original Cat. Incredibly slim design, very reliable down at the range, and like a lot of the other Cyelees on the market, this one comes in at a great price point. Now, the MSRP or general selling price of this optic is going to be $165, but before you click away thinking that's a little bit too much for you to spend, it's actually on sale for $149, and on top of that, every time Cyelee releases a new optic that they send out to the channel, they also include a 20% discount for my viewers, dropping the price below $120. In fact, it's about $119.25 with free shipping, so under $120. Now, what do you get for that $120? You get the optic itself, which we'll talk about the specs and features in a second, and inside the box you actually get a patch, a few other little instruction manuals, and all of the mounting hardware you could possibly need, wrenches and screws, and Cyelee does an amazing job of including everything you need inside the box to get it mounted right up. And as the box states, this is for the RMSc footprint, meaning it's going to fit those micro compact 9s and 380s. I've got it on top of this Dagger Micro, and it mates up perfectly. Right out of the box, you can see that it is fairly thin, although thicker than some on the market, and that's generally because this is a top-load battery compartment, so no need to remove the optic to actually change out the battery, which is great. Now, even though it is a little bit thicker, it sits in the Micro Dagger grate, and you can barely pick up the top of the sights and utilize in a defensive scenario. For some reason, the optic goes down. The other cool thing about this is the lens sits a little bit further back from the front hood, allowing it to be completely protected from falling rain and impacts, as you see in the intro, when it held up great. The other thing about this is it mounts up rock solid with no shifts and zero down at the range, push button controls left and right, and this thing gets insanely bright. And that's one thing I love about all of the Cyelee optics. There are so many optics on the market, especially in the high value and budget category, that do not get bright enough down at the range because of lighting conditions, with the sun coming back in your eyes or shining on a white target. Cyelee never, ever, ever has that problem. It will get plenty bright. Now, the other cool thing about Cyelee is they just have a track record now on Amazon. They're not a new and upcoming company on Amazon. They've been selling for a while, and they've been making some pretty darn good stuff. Now, this one has an incredibly long battery life with like a shake awake or auto on style technology, meaning it goes into sleep mode when it doesn't sense motion, and it automatically turns back on when it senses any type of motion whatsoever. And Cyelee incorporates this on a ton of optics. This is probably my honestly 20th or 25th optic that's been mounted up from Cyelee, and I've never had a single one fail on me, and this one is no different. Runs off of a CR12632 battery, fairly common, very affordable, not hard to get at all. And then this is actually made out of 7075 T6 aluminum rather than 6061, so it's going to be a stronger aluminum, a better built optic than some previous generations, and definitely some other budget red dots out there. And it's also IPX7 waterproof, so fully submergible. You're getting a very professional grade optic, and it is insanely thin compared to other optics on the market. Now, Cyelee is also known for building like incredibly robust, double protective hooded optics, and that's not what this one is designed to do. It's designed to be robust. It's impact resistant. I slammed it, racked it with the optic. It's been holding zero great, no issues whatsoever, but this is really designed as a concealed carry optic, something that's going to get bright, great viewing window. It's not going to obscure your vision whatsoever. A very seamless transition in and out of a holster or in a concealment because there's no snag points and it's not insanely wide. Just enough width to get everything you need into the optic, and it mates up perfectly on top of those micro compact pistols. In summary, this is a great new offering, and we ran a lot of rounds through this new offering to really prove it out. I also want to give a huge shout out to Cyelee for always helping out, sponsoring the channel, sponsoring the videos, as well as actually donating to Hurricane Helene relief. We brought a lot of heaters into the mountains. I already did a video about it, but just again, a huge shout out to Cyelee for always like supporting small creators, my channel, and the people in the mountain communities after that Hurricane Helene relief. I also want to give a huge shout out to AAC for sponsoring the ammo to help make this video. Without their support, it'd be really difficult to continue to prove out a lot of these optics. I've run well over 6,000 rounds of their 115 grain 9mm without any failures from the ammunition. It just works. It just keeps on chugging along. AAC makes some pretty awesome stuff. More information on the campsite page and more information about the optic along with the discount in the description below. A huge shout out to Cyelee for sending this out to the channel for us to test and evaluate. And again, always sponsoring, helping out, and supporting the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you have a Cyelee optic and what do you think about them? Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.